How exceptional is the way your career has gone to other film actors, female actors? I remember I was on a panel discussion with Lara Datta, who I believe is a good friend of yours, and she said in that discussion that it is hard for female actors to get projects that they can carry on their shoulders, where they are not playing the supporting character, even if they are the co-star, okay? Yeah. It's always it's not the protagonist, it's the co-star but not the protagonist. And that she was actively looking to source projects, maybe even write, maybe commission work that would help platform or help showcase a female actor's talents. Do you think you're an exception?
I think now it's, or maybe I've been lucky, because I've always somehow gotten parts which in whatever these 6 years, 5 years or whatever of me being here, I'm lucky enough to say yes, not as much as the male actors, of course, because that's how this industry is right now. But it's moved on from the time I started films to the time where fashion can take a huge opening, and it has only a female protagonist. The fact that the film took an opening for me was a huge booster. It just goes to show the changing face of society, that a film has to excite you for its story, for its content, more than the fact that it has a male protagonist or a female protagonist. Yes, it may have been an exception, but then so was Aitraz. So maybe I'm an exception, maybe I'm fortunate.
You think a female actor will be able to call the shots in terms of the kind of price they command, in terms of the box office openings they get, in terms of the kind of projects they get made for them going forward? Or do you think that's a distant dream? Because I've spoken to many female actors, and for all of them, that's a grievance, you know, that somewhere you're not equal in this industry.
You're not as equal, I will definitely agree. But where there's a demand, there's a supply. If people want to see candy floss films, that's what people will make. People also make serious cinema, it doesn't do well. Why will a producer put that kind of film, that kind of money again? Same way.
Correct.
People want to watch a big hero on screen. And now it's shifting, but it has to be packaged with a great script, a great project. Say for example fashion. It was a very interesting plot. It was a very interesting subject. You know, the fashion industry, and what are they going to talk about it? Scandal.
I think you need more women working who will buy cinema tickets and make choices, and then, you know, and that's how
it'll have to have, first of all, female actors also who push the envelope and say that we will do something different. It'll take time. I'm not saying it'll happen now. Equality will not happen right now.
Let's say fashion wasn't received the way it had been. Would it have scared you off from making similar choices?
I would not have.
It would have.
It would have taken me at least 2-3 years to see.
I am so glad it fared well then, Priyanka. Do film stars see themselves as career women?
Yes.
Because, you know, the profession seems so different from what anybody else does on a regular basis.
It's not a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah. Would you see yourself as a career woman?
Definitely. I'm a career girl completely. I am a working woman, and I feel that my job is my job.
You're not biding your time before you get married and settle down,
what I do.
You know, I mean, which is all very well, but there are some
it's great. Every girl wants to get married and have kids and have a family, and I want to too.
But your career is not time pass till that happens. Not my question to you.
I mean, I was going to be an engineer. That was my plan, and acting for me is a craft. It is not 5 songs and 20 scenes. It really isn't. For me, it's becoming a better actor every time, and I think very few actors can do that. Very few actors end up doing that in films, not just Indian films, who treat their profession like a profession. And I think I'm one of those people.
When you see film stars like you, you've got it all, okay? You've got the glamour, the money, the acknowledgement, the success, the validation, the fans, all of it. When you've got all this, is there any scope for a doubt in your head which will say, okay, I've got all this now, is it worth it?
I'll quit it the day that happens.
Yeah.
It's so worth it. It's so worth going up on that stage for those 30 seconds and having everybody say that, you know, man, she deserved that. And seeing the look of face of people when they come out of the theatre after watching your film and saying, God, you know, you were so good. Because it's your sweat and blood for 300 days. It's the sweat, not just mine, my entire team, people you don't even see on screen.
You've seen Guru Dutt's famous film Pyasa and Sahir Ludhianvi's famous lines, "Ye duniya agar mil bhi jaye to kya hai?" Because that kind of fame, that kind of success, on the flip side, has a dirty underbelly, which is, you know,
there are two kinds of people in this world. One who see that dirty side and say, you know, काश ये नहीं होता, ये क्यों हुआ है, so what if so much great is happening to me, but ये भी तो है. And then there's the other kind who says कि देखो, so much has happened to me. Forget that. Look at everything else. I'm grateful for that. Look at how much I've got. I never would have imagined I would be here. Why would I ever think there's a doubt?
Priyanka Chopra, we hope you never have the opportunity to think that it's not worth it. All the very, very best.
Thank you.